Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. I want to welcome you to my channel if you're new, and if you are a returning subscriber, I say thank you. I have been making videos for YouTube for 10 years. They sent me a notification. 10 years have flown by, so I'm just grateful. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I pull my squash and how my grandson Brian and I celebrated that we didn't get any squash vine borers this year, so I'm excited. But I pulled it because you guys know that we're going to get triple-digit temperatures very soon in North Texas, and they won't survive anyway during that heat. And I'm also going to share with you how I found a few potatoes growing in my pantry when I came home from vacation, and I started them. I'm going to take you from the beginning, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to harvest them today. Okay guys, I got my handsome grandson Brian helping me. We pulling out the squash. We're getting ready to plant some beans in this area. And you see the aluminum foil did work. There's no evidence of squash vine borer this year. I applied aluminum foil around the base of each plant. I can happily say we beat them this year. So we are putting this in the garbage, guys. This will not go into the compost. We don't know what's in there, but we didn't have any evidence of squash vine borer or squash bugs. We're not going to take any chance of composting this. Brian is now trimming up all the bad leaves from the cucumber plants. And I cleaned up all of this. Guys, here's a little tip. Never let your cucumbers touch the soil. And I had a few that were touching the soil, and I'll show you.
Okay, guys, so I wanted to let y'all know, don't ever let your cucumbers touch the soil with yellow.
Right. Okay, thank you. So, do you see any more bad leaves up there?
No.
Okay, what about right there? Leaning over where the potatoes are. Yeah, you can cut that one all the way off. And here's a bad leaf right here. There's two of them. Let's take them out as well. Good job, Brian. You will never forget this. See the little stem sticking up from here? It's just going to shrivel. Just go ahead and take it off. And take off all the little brown stuff to make our garden look nice. So we're going to harvest some cucumbers. Brian, do me a favor. Since this is the end of the cucumbers, by July they'll be gone. When you harvest one, take this little part out right here, because it's just going to shrivel up. Okay, and this one you can harvest. We can make pickle relish out of it. Okay, so there are a couple more right over there that are big. Cut it close to the stem, but don't cut into the stem. And Brian, can you lift the leaves up so people can see what you're actually doing?
Brian here, and today I harvested all these cucumbers right here.
Good job, Brian. And what about the cucumbers still on the vine up here?
They're still growing.
See, there's two right there. That's three. We got a lot of little bitty ones. There's one right there, 4. It's about 10 little ones on here, guys. We got about another month before it gets too hot for this particular cucumber. And then I have another one that I'm going to start in 6-packs right down in here that I'm going to replace. And I'll talk about that later. These jalapeno peppers are getting really big, so I'm going to harvest some of these. Oh, that's the harvest basket down there. I'll make some good cowboy candy. I have a recipe in one of my videos on my playlist for canning. I'm very proud of our harvest of jalapeno peppers, cucumbers, squash, zucchini, and more cucumbers over here. Yeah, I'm happy. I pruned up some of my tomato plants over there. I put the leaves in here, and then I trimmed up some sage and put it in here as well, because these pots are 15 gallons and I don't really have to have that much soil in them. So it'll eventually break down and turn into compost. So Brian is going to open up some new potting mix, and he's going to fill these almost to the top. It is May 29th, and I just watered this section of my garden, and you can see right here, I can harvest the first tiny tin tomatoes that I planted outside for the season. I'm gonna take this one and this one. I think I can get this one over here because they will ripen up very soon in the house. The basil is going to seed, but that's okay. I will collect the seeds. I'll put a little mesh bag on it. And you can see I got a lot of tomatoes over there. Yep, I got a lot of tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. Let me walk in the sun so you can see them better. I harvested a little lettuce with my cucumbers and tomatoes. I'm going to have me a little salad. Fresh out the backyard. Isn't it a blessing? And I got me a little dill to give a little oomph to my salad. Yeah, I'm getting ready to chow down. Now, let's go back to February 15th when I decided to plant these potatoes outside and just to see what I could get, and they would be free. I want to show you these potatoes that I have been letting grow roots in my pantry. They were organic potatoes. When you buy organic potatoes, they are not sprayed with the inhibitor that stops them from sprouting. I just cut this one in half, and I've got 3 5-gallon bags here. I'm going to put about 4 inches of soil in here, and then I'm going to put the potatoes in here and let them grow. And as they keep growing up, you can see I roll the 5-gallon grow bags down. As they continue to grow, I will just keep unrolling the bag, adding more soil. And I'll be sharing that with you throughout the spring. So let me get some new potting mix in here because potatoes take a whole lot of nutrients out of the soil. So I'm going to start them off with some good nutrition. Okay, I've done 1 bag already, and this is how I do it, guys. 4 inches of soil, put 2 potatoes. In this case, it's 1.5. And then I'll top it off with soil a couple inches at the top. And that's it, guys. I'm going to do all 3 of them the same way. I don't have to water anything because I set them on top of this tote. We got a lot of rain the other day and it has a lot of water, and the grow bags will just wick up this water. And the potting mix is real damp and moist anyway. This is my youngest son, Andre. He came over to help me do some heavy lifting today, and I had him to move the potatoes on top of this little bistro table so that I could put them in a better position. And as you can see, the potatoes started growing leaves, and I kept adding soil to them every few weeks. So good to get good help. My son told me that he hasn't had this much fun in a long time. Okay, so that's cool. Long as you have a spot for the rooster to watch over the potatoes. Cool. Today is April 20th, and I want you to follow my finger right there. I'm gonna go a little closer. You're gonna see the beginning of flowers. Those are the little buds. And those, of course, are my potato plants. And when you see that, you know you're getting close to the time that they're going to be ready. Because remember, I planted these in February. Right over here, we have our potatoes that were growing in my pantry. And I started them in February. And I made a short video, and I'll be doing an update. And you can see we're getting flowers. So the flowers mean that the roots are putting on tubers or potatoes, whatever you want to call them. Today is April 27th, and you can see the flowers are more pronounced. And I'm just sharing this with you so that you will know that you're not growing these leaves in vain. You are indeed having some potatoes get larger in the grow bags. I've been withholding water on the potatoes because the flowers have died back and the leaves are getting yellow and dying. So they're close to harvest time. See them dying back there? 2 weeks before you're going to harvest them, don't give them any water other than what Mother Nature gives it. You can see they're dying back. And these were the potatoes that I planted in these 3 grow bags on, I believe it was February the 15th, Valentine's Day. I'm gonna harvest them real soon. It takes potatoes between 60 and 120 days to fully develop. And that depends on the variety. And I don't know what the variety is because, I bought these from the store and they were small. So I'm not expecting a lot of potatoes. Well, I should say it this way. I'm not expecting large potatoes. So now, let's start with harvesting the potatoes. Guys, it's been 2 weeks since I last watered the potatoes. Now, we got a lot of rain, so they got rain, when God gave it to them. But the reason why you let them dry out is because you don't want the skin so thin. Now, I usually grow more potatoes than this, but I can't eat a lot of potatoes. I shared with you in the last video, it's not good for me to have potatoes with the dialysis diet. So I only grew what I thought my family would use immediately. So if the potatoes are small, I'm not worried about it because my daughter actually buy small potatoes to put in like green beans and things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this container and put it upside down. And it's hard for me to do, and I don't want to strain my fistula right here that I use for dialysis, so I'm going to stop and let Brian do it. Just kind of massage it, Brian. Yeah. And if you need to turn it the other way and pull the potatoes out, if we had continued to water them, this would be real soggy. Very good. Now, let's see what we got. Okay, you want to go ahead and just start separating them? You've done this before. Brian, start right here. Yeah, see, that's the perfect little size because those potatoes were small. Brian, but you got to make sure that you don't pierce the skin. Just pick them up and shake them off. Your mother are going to really like those. Aren't those the kind that she buys a lot?
Yeah.
So these will be free. And there's a big one that grew. Be careful, don't break it. That would make a nice baked potato. Or French fries. There's another one, a big one right over here. Well, it's not that big, but bigger. Okay, let's shake it. The little ones, the little ones are fine too.
These ones?
Mm-hmm. So this is from the first bag right there. And now he is emptying out the second bag. And let's see what we got. I saw a big one there. So he's emptying out now the third bag. Bring it more toward this way, Brian. So you don't have to be going inside of the same soil. You know you can just pull the potatoes out from the top, right? There we go. That looked like a better bag. The second one wasn't too much. Oh, I didn't show you. That's the second bag right there. Okay. Yeah, this one looked like it's better than the first two. And if you're a new gardener, this is what the potatoes that we put in, this is what happens to them. They just start, rotting or dissolving. Brian look real casual, don't he, guys? You wouldn't believe it's 90 degrees out here. He's just casually taking his time. That is the best bag. I see some more potatoes to your right there. Look how he laid out, guys. He enjoying this stuff. He's relaxing. Okay, so hurry up and we'll put them all together. I'll come back with a clip with all of them together.
It's not a whole lot, but y'all gotta remember that it's free.
Uh-huh. I wasn't planning on growing these potatoes, so it's free. Thank you, Brian. You did an excellent job. What did you learn about it?
I learned that growing potatoes is not that hard.
Okay. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. Stay tuned. I've got a lot more in store for you. Guys, you know that I love you. And God loves you too. Bye now.